So this question asks you, find the relevant domain and range for the function P of t. P of t models the population of a city from years 1980 to 2001. T equals 0 represents the year 1980. So T is the year number going from 1980 to 2001. P of t is just a function of t. P represents the population number based on t. So it's asking for the domain. So the domain would be which t values would go into this function, or which t values are relevant. So they're only counting the years t from 1980 to 2001. T equals 0 represents 1980. So that means, so t equals 0 represents 1980. And then t equals 21 would represent 2001. Because if you subtract 1980 from 2001, you get 21 years, right? So the domain would be 0 to 21 inclusive, which means you use the square brackets. Okay, and then so that's the domain. To find the range would be the population, right? The population amount. So you want to go from the lowest population to the highest, right? The range would be from the lowest to the highest. The lowest population would be starting from t equals 0, year 1980, right? When t is 0, then P of 0 would be 21,000 plus 0, right? So that would just be 21,000. That's your lowest population starting in 1980, because this population is growing, right? It's increasing. Your highest population will be at P21, right? Because the higher the t value, the higher the population. So P of 21 will be 21,000 plus 2,100 times 21. Okay, can we do mental math? Let's see. So I'm just gonna erase this part. So can we do this without a calculator? Let's see. So P of 21 would be 21,000 plus, okay, so what's 21 times 2,100? So let's think of it this way, right? Because I don't know, I can't really do that in my head, but I can do 2,100 times 2. 2,100 times 2 would be 4,200, and that's 2,100 times 2. What about 2,100 times 20? It would be 4,200 and add on a 0, right? So that would be 4,200 add on a 0 because you're multiplying by 20 and not 2. And then you got to add 1 because that's 2,100 times 20. What about 2,100 times 100? That's just 2,100. Okay, and then that would be 44,100. Okay, so P of 21 will be 21,000 plus 44,100, and that would be 65,100, right? And is that the answer they came up with? Yeah. Yeah, so the range would be going from 21,000 being the lowest, and then 65,100 being the highest.